Good morning, students. This is Ms. Studer speaking. Today is Tuesday, October 13th, 2020, and it is week 8 of college readiness. Today, I'm going to be recording this video for your reference on effective research techniques. Last Friday, when we were together in your reflection, I asked you the question, what frustrates you the most about conducting research for a school assignment? And almost everyone said that citing evidence and finding evidence for sources for their research is what they find most frustrating. So I'm going to show you a tool that's going to help both of these problems for all of your research endeavors throughout high school and especially in college. This is what college students use to conduct their research, so it's something that you should become familiar with now so that when you go to college, you are ready to go to impress your teachers because you're going to know what you're doing in regards to research. So, research databases. Our lesson goals for today are to recognize and understand how research databases can save you time and stress for your research assignments and to understand how to avoid plagiarism by giving credit for the words and ideas of others through citations. Let's review some vocabulary before we dive into the database. Research databases are organized collections of information such as professional journal articles, books, graphics, and multimedia that can be searched to retrieve information. This image on the right is a screenshot of some of the research databases included in the research database collection that I'm going to be showing you today. And this is offered through Ohio K through 12 consortium called INFOhio. All K through 12 schools, public schools in Ohio have access to this. And also when you go to college, they will have their own digital resource library of databases, and our public libraries also have access to these research databases. Now, these databases are subscriptions that they pay for because we use our tax dollars to pay for our public libraries and our public schools. So they go to good use because these research databases are potent with accurate, reliable information. You don't have to guess whether they're being honest or factual. And the reason why is because these articles that are included in these databases have been peer reviewed. Now, this is a term that you might also hear when you go to college. Whenever you conduct your research, they're going to want you to use peer-reviewed journal articles for your references, which you will find through these research databases. Peer review means it has been evaluated by professionals who are working in the same field as the topic discussed in the research paper. So all of the sources that you find in this professional research database include materials that have gone through this extensive process in order to be accepted for publication within the database. And again, the second part of this lesson is going to be how to effectively cite our sources. We want to do this to avoid plagiarism. Plagiarism is the practice of taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as your own. In our research brochures that we did last week, you have cited sources in there on your works cited page. But one thing that we were having trouble with is referencing the in-text citations, which correspond to the works cited page. So on the left, you see these parentheses, this information in parentheses. Here it says great 1929. And then over here it says Ruggiero with those Roman numerals. And then at the very bottom it says Ross 60. Those numbers relate to the page number where the reference was found in that source. And the name, as you can see, corresponds to its reference on the right in the works cited page. So we're going to learn more about how to do these in-text citations that reference back to the works cited page more effectively. Paraphrasing is one way we can do this. Paraphrasing is how we express other people's ideas in our own words while still giving them credit. So at the top here, you can see the original source text, and at the bottom, you can see how the writer of the paper paraphrased that source. In the parentheses right here, the 2003 relates to the reference that's given in the works cited page. So he mentions the author in the paraphrase, Bayliss, and then gives the year of Baylis's publication right after here in 2003. So if I go onto their works cited page, I could see a reference from Bayliss that was published in 2003, and I can know, okay, that's where they got their source from. Direct quotations are another way that you can cite informational sources. Direct quotation is the just word for word, exact word for word quote from the author that wrote the source you're referencing from. So if I wanted to quote something that was said in the Social Dilemma documentary, I would put it as such in direct quotations with the author or the whoever said the quote and the year that was published. Block quotations are another form of direct quotation. The only difference is that it is more than 40 words. And you can see in the example here, it has been indented by a ½ inch in this block. There are no quotations surrounding the quote in the block quotation, and then after it, it gives, again, the page numbers that the source was referenced from. So, what is the best way to conduct research? It is to use research databases because you can trust that the information is accurate, because it has been written by credible authors such as journalists, researchers, and field experts, and those articles have been peer reviewed. Research databases also include powerful search tools that allow you to narrow your results to quickly find specific information. They provide access to academic books, articles, images, charts, and primary sources. And there's also a link on there that will help you cite those sources as well more effectively than our experience with the EasyBib last week, which was kind of a clunky site. This is going to be a much more streamlined process for citing our sources with these research databases, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. If we go to INFOhio.org, let me just demonstrate this for you, and then after this demonstration, you can go in and do it yourself. So when I click on INFOhio.org, it's going to take me directly to the site. As you can see here, I'm logged into Massillon City Schools. I have access to it because I'm a part of Massillon City Schools, as you are. You can access this again here at the school or from home. I'm going to click on grades 9 through 12 to get access to those databases. And here's a complete list of all the databases that are included. I'm going to show you how to use Academic Search Premier in this tutorial, which is just more of a general database search. And there are ways that we can do an advanced search with this database, and we are going to dive more into advanced searching later on. But for right now, just to get a general feel for the database, we're just going to do a basic search for right now. So if I wanted to look for something about COVID and high school students, I'm just going to put those keywords in there and click enter to conduct my search. Here are 25 results. Again, all of these results that I receive are good, credible sources. So this looks interesting. Actually, let me go down to this. Sounds good. Okay, so I'm going to click on this PDF full text link. If it gives you the option to look at the HTML full text or the PDF full text, always choose the PDF full text, because this is a scanned exact copy of the actual journal article. If I click on HTML full text, it's just going to give me like a copy of the words, the actual text. It's not going to give me the images or charts that are included in the actual document. So always opt for the PDF full text when it gives you that option. So this is how it's going to display when the article comes up. It's a 2-page document. Usually the second page is just a copyrighted page. So this is actually just a 1-page document that I can use as a source for my paper. And on the right-hand side, it gives me this option to either print or email it to me, save it to my Google Drive if I want to, share it to Google Classroom. But the big one over here is this site link. So if I click on this site link, it's going to take me to an already formatted citation that I can just copy and paste directly onto my references page. So if I copy that reference and then go here to my references page, I can just go down and paste it right in. Now notice when I paste it in, it has this highlight over it. I want to make sure that the formatting on my references page is nice and tidy. So I'm going to highlight that, undo that highlighting that was included in that paste that I just did, and just make sure that my font is all the same here. And notice also, remember when I told you about formatting the citations last week, how it has to, the first line is completely left aligned right here, and then every line after the citation is indented. So I want to click on this second line of my source, and I'm going to press enter and tab. When I press enter and tab, it indents it nicely over here. That's how I want my formatting to be. Actually, more precisely, I want my formatting to be all double spaced, like this.